you're going to protest. Hashem, please make Moshe come with us. That's not fair. He's our leader. We want him. Nobody said anything. Nobody cared. Nobody raised their voice. Nobody made Atzarat Tfilah, Atzarat Mechai, Torah. Nobody said anything. And if you forgot so quickly whatever I did for you, I'm afraid that once you're going to get to Israel, you're going to forget who is Hashem and what He did for you as He took you out of Egypt and He took care of you in the desert, and so you worship idols. This is something very strong about gratitude that we have to learn. What is Moshe, the leader of Am Yisrael, not only the leader, but also the educator of Am Yisrael? Moshe Rabbeinu wasn't just a leader. He cared. He didn't care that his name will be erased so that Hashem will not punish the Jewish people. He cared so much for the Jewish people. He wanted them to succeed. He wanted them to listen, to learn the Torah, to be... And so the last moments of his life, that's what he tells them. Don't forget Hashem. Don't forget whatever He did for you. How strong it is not to forget, how strong it is to make Hakarat Hatov. I read a book once. It's called The Last Speech or The Last Lecture by Professor Randy Pausch. I don't know if you read about this, have you heard about that? Professor Randy Pausch, he was a professor, he was teaching, whatever. The problem started when he realized that he got the cancer, lo aleinu, and he's going to die. So the doctor gave him a few months. And in the last few months that he has, he started observing life from a different angle. You know, last moments you think at things differently. All of a sudden he looks at his wife, the small things that annoyed her, that he made her upset. It's not important now. You know, all of a sudden he looked at things different. His mother kept bothering him for little things. His college, his students, his whatever. He sees things different. This is not my aim. What I want to tell you is about a few things that you learn. One of the things that you learn is something about gratitude. He says gratitude is one of the smallest things that people do in life, but they're so strong. People can direct each other gratitude in a very simple way, but yet it's so strong sometimes. He says there was this girl that was trying to get a job in his university where he worked, and the professor over there, they tended to deny it. They didn't want to accept her because she had a very average marks, nothing special, you know, not outstanding, not the project that she did, the assignment that she did, nothing was special. But then, as the professor was going through her file, he saw a letter, a thank you letter, not to the manager, not to... It seems like this letter is not for flattery or something. She's not going to gain anything from this thank you letter. And this letter was just to one of the people that helped her to arrange her files. Nothing special. But the doctor looks at it and he likes it. He says it tells on her much more than all her average grades and all her assignments that she did. He accepted her to work just because of this letter of gratitude, and he saw just good for this. He enjoyed her working with her very, very much. Again, why? Because of sense of appreciation that she had. That's what teaches about the person, the personality of somebody. If he is grateful, if he's gratitude for things that he gets. They say that once on the job site, a man comes to heaven. And in heaven, there are two gates. One gate is very, very busy. A lot of angels are coming and going, and it's very busy over there. And one gate is very lonely. Nobody's there. Just one angel sits and rests. There's nothing to do. So he comes to him and he tells him to the busy gate, "What's in here?" He says, "This is the gate for Shah Kibul Tefilot," meaning people are praying, people are asking. Everybody's asking for something else. One is asking for Panasa. One is asking for Shidduch. One is asking for children. One is asking for beauty and this quality and that quality and whatever. People are asking for things, and we have supposed to apply, reply. Some we deny, some we sift, some with this. It's a very busy. Everybody's asking, not only one wish, right? So it's very busy. Fine. And what is the second gate? He says, this is gate is the gate that gets the thanks of people who are able to
get what they want.
Whatever they want. Basically, nobody says thank you for good things that they got. Oh, I got a new job? Fine. Oh, I got this? Fine. Why not? People forget to say thank you. They say that Chizkiyahu HaMelech was a big king, and he was supposed to be the Mashiach. And he wasn't. Why? One of the explanations is that he was, as you know, he became sick. The Navi comes and tells him, you're going to die because you didn't fulfill the will of Hashem. What was the will of Hashem? To get married, to have children. He saw in Ruach HaKodesh that his children are not going to be good kids, so he didn't want that. Navi tells him, you cannot make calculations. That's not your decision. You have to get married, you have to have kids. Then whatever comes out of it, it's not your problem anymore. So he got married, and he had children, and he recovered because he made tshuva, and he became healthy. They say he never brought any sacrifice, any thanks to Hashem after he got healthy. He never brought thanks to Hashem after there was he won the Babylons. It was a very miraculously way that he won the battle against the Babylons. He never did anything afterwards. They said this was one of the reasons that he didn't become Mashiach. Because thanking is very important. Look at David HaMelech. His life is not easy. You know, we know that from even before he was born, he wasn't wanted in this world. And yet, he keeps saying things constantly, all the time. The 150 pakim in Tehillim that we have is just a little bit of whatever was left. He wrote much more than that. So, I want to give you some more examples how Hakarat HaTov is so important. So we have Hakarat HaTov in 3 dimensions. We have Hakarat HaTov, gratitude to Hashem. King Yeshayahu says, Yada shor koneu v'chamor huz ba'alav, meaning the ox or the donkey knows who gave him the food. They are loyal, faithful to the owner, to the human being, his owner that gives him food. Ach Yisrael, but Jewish people, they don't care. And after all Hashem gave to them, they went to worship idols. They didn't care. So he mentioned that. In Gemara Masachat Brachot, it says, people have to say Bracha Rishona, Bracha Achrona, Birkat Hamazon. All those things are mandatory because people cannot or are not allowed to enjoy this world without giving thanks. Whoever enjoys this world without giving thanks, it's like Domeh Shemoel Bahekdesh. Like he takes something that's not forbidden, something that was dedicated to the holy temple, let's say, and he takes from there. It's not yours. You're not allowed to take it. So whoever takes things in this world and doesn't appreciate, it's a problem. So then we have Ben Adam Lechavero, right? I'd say the biggest mitzvah Ben Adam Lechavero is honoring parents.
What?
Kibud Horim. It's not an easy mitzvah. I want to ask you a question. One of the rabbis is asking, why Ve'afta L'cha Kamocha is not written in the 10 Commandments? Instead, it's written Kibud Horim. That's the foundation of our Torah, right? It says kibud olim. Because kibud olim, you have to respect them. Even though it's so hard for you. It's enough, they said, that our parents gave us life. It doesn't matter then if they're good parents or not. God forbid if they're abusing. God forbid if they're neglecting. God forbid if they're not there for you. The husband gave birth, husband and wife were together, and then he ran away and he's not there anymore. Still, this boy that is born from this relationship has to respect his father, even though his father is not there. It's a very hard mitzvah, very hard, and yet teaches us. It says in the Ten Commandments because it teaches us you have to appreciate for somebody that gave you life. And then for the domain, for objects. In the next parsha we see that Hashem wants Moshe to give a plague. Hashem wants to give a plague of dam. And Moshe needs to hit the Nile. But he doesn't want to hit the Nile. Why? Because once the Nile he saved him. He was in the basket, in this water. And why you have to be grateful to object? It's not a human being. It doesn't have feelings. Because when you're grateful, when Hashem gives us the mitzvot, it's not for your friend, it's for you. Hashem gives us the mitzvot for us, so that we're going to change ourselves. We're going to work on our qualities. We will become better people. That's what Hashem wants from us. Look, if we have food, okay, we have a refrigerator to store this food. We have clothing that we put in our dressers. We have a roof above our heads. We have a bed to sleep on. So, we reach more than 75% of the population of the world. Meaning there are a lot of people that don't have all this. More than 75% of the population of the world. If we earn more than $2 a day, $2, we're richer than half of the population of the world. If we have a bank account, we are among 8% of the most richer people in the population of the world. We have much more than that. Are we appreciating? Do we say thanks every day to our husbands, to our neighbors, to our children, to our parents, to everybody's around us? It says in Sefer Shemot, ויקום מלך חדש על מצרים אשר לא ידע את יוסף. He didn't know Yosef. He didn't know him. It says, כל הכופר בטובתו של בשר אדם, whoever doesn't appreciate what human being is doing for them, and Yosef was the one that gave wealth to Egypt. Yosef was the one that made Egypt so strong. Then סופו לכפור בטובתו של השם. אני השם. That's what Paul said. I'm God. Who's God? You know? It says, Amalek came to fight with the Jewish people. When he came to fight with the Jewish people, when the Jewish people were not grateful. They say, Hayesh Hashem bekirbenu im ayin? Is there God between us? Who is God? Who? You know, this is when Amalek came to fight with them. And also it says, in Dor Pelaga, it says in the Midrash, Asher banu bnei ha'adam, the humans built that tower in Babylon. Kfuyei tova, bnei kfuyei tova. Ungrateful children, sons of ungrateful children, and that was the problem of Adam HaRishon and Dor Pelaga. What did Adam HaRishon say to Hashem? It's the wife that you gave me. And in the beginning he was looking for a woman, right? Then he says, it's the wife that you gave me. And Chazal, okay, I want to tell you two things that says Amaral in Netivot Olam. He says, why do we have to pray with saying things? Why can't we pray in our mind? Hashem reads our mind. Why do we have to pray? Why do we have to say in words? The Bachot, the Tfilot, you know? He says something interesting. He says, Hashem built human being lacking something, not perfect, so that we're looking to God to complete us. And usually the main strength, the main power of human being is talking. When Onkelos tries to explain what's human being, it says Nefesh Chaya in Sefer Bereshit, so he explains it, Ruach Memalela. The difference between human being and all the other creatures or creations in the world is that he's able to speak, to talk. That's the difference between human being and animals. And therefore, a person needs to use this power that he has to express his gratitude to Hashem. We have a mitzvah that's called mitzvat bikurim. What is mitzvat bikurim? Once we were in Israel, right? And the first fruit that comes out of the tree, he has to eat. He has to take it with him to Jerusalem whenever he's going to go. You know, Pesach, Shavuot, to Sukkot. He goes to Israel. He brings these new fruits to the Kohanim, and then he has to say a special prayer. Praying that says, Arami Oved Avi. I want to express my gratitude to Hashem, and it starts this way. My father, Yaakov Avinu, our father, he was by Lavan Arami, and Lavan Arami, he wanted to destroy the Jewish nation. He didn't want the Jewish nation, so he mixed Rachel and Leah and made all kind of troubles to Yaakov so that he won't be able to build Beit Israel, and still Yaakov won him, and he got the 12 tribes, and we went to Egypt, and Hashem saved us from Egypt, and all this he has to say when he says Bikurim. And we got a Torah, and then we came to Israel, and now that we came to Israel, we want to give thanks. Why do we have to start with all this history about Lavan and Yaakov? Tell them we got from Egypt to Israel, or we got to Israel, and that's enough. No. Hashem wants to tell us, you have to say all the things that you went through, because once you express it in this word, you really understand what Hashem did for you. If it just, we came to Israel, so fine, you get it as granted, you get it as a fact, and that's it. You have to say constantly that how we went through, how it wasn't easy, how we were almost destroyed, how we almost weren't able to do it. We came to Israel, and thank you Hashem for all the good things that you did to us. It says that if a person looks for this good first fruit, he saves it, he goes all the way to Jerusalem, and years ago it wasn't easy. But let's say like us, we have to take a plane, we have to make arrangements, we have to pay a lot of money for a ticket, right? We go all the way to Israel, and we go to the Beit HaMikdash, and we give it to the Kohen, and we don't say Arami Oved Avi. We lost this mitzvah of Bikurim, even though we did all this. Why? Because the main thing is saying, thank you Hashem. If you don't thank you Hashem, you don't say thank you, it's like you didn't do this mitzvah of Bikurim.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Somebody told me that when you say thank you Hashem means you don't need anything, like
Leah said, Apam Odet Hashem. What is Apam Odet Hashem? Why we call Jewish people Yehudim? Because Leah said, Hapam Odet Hashem, and his name is Yehuda, so we are Yehudim. She thanked Hashem. Some people say that she said, thank you, I have everything I need now, and this is why she wasn't able to give birth, to get pregnant right away again. But most rabbis says, no, that's not true. She said, Hapam Odet Hashem, she was the first one that taught the creation to give thanks. Because till her time, nobody said, Hapam Odet Hashem, thank you Hashem. She didn't feel that she's worth something. She thought she's going to have 3 children, and there were 4 wives, everybody's going to get 3. That's it. Now she gets the 4th one, now she's above everybody. So she gives thanks. She says, oh, thank you Hashem, you made me special than anybody else. It's not true. The more you say thank yous, the more appreciated you become. Not only, as I said, you do it for yourself. you're appreciating to your husband, to your little baby, to your little kids, to your everybody's around you. It's very, very important to say thanks, because if not, we're missing something. Another thing that it says here, look at how interesting it is. It says, Hashem created the world and didn't bring any rain. Why? וכל שיח השדה טרם יהיה בארץ, כי לא המטיר השם על הארץ, ואדם אין לעבוד את האדמה. There was no human being that will appreciate rain. So when nobody asked rain, Hashem didn't give rain. So he created grass, but it didn't grow yet, because nobody asked for rain, it didn't come. It's not that Hashem needs our gratitude. Hashem doesn't need that. It's for us. We teach ourselves that we have to be grateful. So because there was no human being to ask from Hashem rain, there was no rain. Therefore, it says, one of the rabbis says here, if in Tfilat Shemona Esrei, if you miss few words, if you miss the whole sentence and you don't say it, usually you don't have to go back and say all Shemona Esrei from the beginning. But if you didn't say, V'ten tal u'matar levacha, when it's needed, or Mashiv aruach ored hageshem, when it's needed, you didn't say that, you skip that, you have to go back. Because the whole purpose, of saying this is to give thanks to Hashem for all the good things that He does for us. And if we don't say it, we miss it. We lose it. We don't understand what's the idea of Shemona Esrei. Let me finish with one interesting story that I read about being grateful. This is not such a Jewish, or I should say religious story, right? There was this man that thought that he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. And he had a professor that every time he comes to the college and he has his class, he keeps saying, Bezrat Hashem, God willing, Im Yirtzeh Hashem. Constantly, every, something that they want to do in the future, Bezrat Hashem, Im Yirtzeh Hashem. And he's like, Professor, we're not religious here. You cannot say these words over here. And you cannot impose it on us. He says, I'm not trying to impose anything on you. He tells him, I want to ask you a question. Do you have a good bed? He says, what do you mean if I have a good bed? When you get up in the morning, does your back, does it have back pains, when you get up in the morning? He says, no. So he tells him, it means you have a good bed. Did you ever say thanks to your bed? Crazy? What do you mean? Do I say thanks to my bed? So he tells him, I want you to work on yourself a little bit. Every morning when you get up, say carefully, slowly, thank you, my bed, that I don't have back pains. He's like, you're crazy, and he left the room. He didn't want to talk to him. Very interesting happens. Every day that he gets up in the morning, he looks at his bed, he remembers what the professor said, but he doesn't say thank you because he doesn't want. Yeah, he's stubborn. He doesn't want to listen to that weird professor. Every day it happens like that, and he doesn't say thanks. One day, though, he did have a good day. From the morning, it was one Sunday, he was expecting his girlfriend to come. And everything worked perfectly. He was able to do these pancakes that she really liked. He was able to fix the house. He was able to find this, I don't know, whatever he did that day, everything worked perfect. And then his girlfriend came, and it was such a nice atmosphere. Everything was okay. He felt happy. He went through to his bedroom, and he saw the bed, and then at that moment, he jumped out, whatever the professor told him. And he mumbles quickly to his bed, thanking for the good sleep, and he continued. Now she saw it. She's like, what did just happen now? He's like, nothing more. And she's like, no, please tell me. He felt embarrassed. He didn't have to do this. So then he admitted, he said, I went to say thanks to my bed. What is that? And he explained that, Professor, this and that. She burst out crying. He didn't understand. What did I say? He said, and what about me? I'm here every day. I make sure I'm making phone calls. I'm your friend. I'm listening to all your troubles and all your good days and bad days. You never said thank you to me. You didn't say anything to me. Am I nothing for you? He never realized that it's so important that he acknowledges her and he appreciates her. And basically they started talking things that they didn't do for a long time. They started talking and he explained himself and she explained herself. He understood how important it is to say thanks to a woman and whatever. What is our homework for today?
Thank you to everybody.
Look at things.
Thank you, Mazel.
Very nice. So thank you, Mazel, for opening your house and making this beautiful breakfast and thinking of us as preparing and getting up in the morning and cutting these salads and buying these juices and making these teas and buying those cups and plates and everything. Yes, you have to say thank you. Because we get things for granted. How it bothers us when we do so much to our kids and they don't appreciate it. And you do a lot to your kids.
They complain.
And they complain. Yes. And they complain. So the change starts from us. We're going to start thank you. See when how atmosphere changes. When you say thank you to your husband, don't be afraid. You're not taking anything from yourself. You're adding to his respect at home, to the good atmosphere at home. He will say thank you also. Maybe not after the first time or 10th time, but maybe after the 20th time that you say thank you, he will say once thank you also. He'll buy you a small little gift. Because he's not a monster. He wants to give us also. We're supposed to appreciate our husbands for providing. It's not an easy task. And even though he's going every day, it doesn't mean that he has to. It's like you want to hear thanks for every time you cook a meal, even though you have to, even though you do it every day, you want to hear thanks for that. And so everything changes. Once the parents say thank yous to each other, kids learn. They have no choice. And you say, thank you, you were so thoughtful, you cleaned your room today. He will start thinking, that nobody owes nothing to nobody. And every time it's his choice to do the good, he will do good from his own. The whole atmosphere changes. So let's pray that we will see, we will look good. We will see, we will put these pink eyeglasses on us. We will look just the good at people. Once you look just at the good of the people, Mashiach comes, I'm telling you. Hopefully, speedy nowadays.
Where did you get that smartphone?
Can you tell me that? What? Oh.